This is Forrest Shaw. You're listening to the Casa de Ha podcast. Who gives a shit?
Good one.
That's it. That's the one. Especially, we just had a bummer of a show, which was, after many good shows, we did the Florida Supercon, which is an awesome comic book, everything, entertainment convention that happens every year down here in July. And Lisa Correo actually sets up the Revenge of the Nerds comic show every time. And Patrick and I have been on it a bunch, and we just did it this year. 3 great shows, 3 great nights. 4th show, after being in the giant main auditorium room and the great room upstairs, hotel lobby, last day, everyone's depressed, leaving, angry, breaking out even more from all the cosplay makeup. Not a good scene.
It's just a lot of nerds who struck out. And, it's like everybody else left. And it's a Sunday night show, and it was just...
Yeah, and you had a good set, too, and, because it was crowd work, that was the time. But there was a moment.
Well, there was a kid who said he was going to kill himself, basically.
Not basically. Exactly.
All right, well, he didn't...
Did we already set the scene? This is the end of Supercon.
This is the last Sunday. It's just sad.
And this kid is ready to kill himself.
He's just walking through the lobby, because we're in the lobby of the hotel, next to the bar, mind you, but on the way, right in the middle of the main elevators, the main door, and the main lobby.
It's a busy hotel, and there's just a comedy show in everybody's way. And people are, like, sitting, trying to eat, and just everybody's upset.
Luckily we shotgunned it. I started the show, but I didn't have to come back and bring up everyone. We just did it shotgun style.
Yeah, I noticed you immediately abandoned all hosting responsibilities.
I put in my hosting time down here.
Yeah,
I can jet out whenever I want.
This was not the night. I did a Jedi mind trick.
Miami's best comedian. He doesn't,
He can do what he wants.
Edit point!
All right. So there was a moment.
So I hosted the show flawlessly.
There's a kid that wanted to kill himself.
Yes, Patrick inspired suicide in a young gentleman with white calves, I believe.
I made fun of his legs for being pale, and he accosted me while I was on stage. He left and then came back after he had put shoes on to cover up his embarrassingly white feet. Because he was walking back from the pool, and I'm sitting there bombing. And he walks
Wanted
past.
to kill yourself.
Yeah, and I'm trying to spread the hate and the fear and the failure. And people
are around nice and thin.
People are taking it in good humor, a couple people, but this guy walked past and his legs were so pale. It was distracting. Like as a comedian, you just can't not mention this whole experience that the crowd is going through, seeing how pale this guy's legs are.
It would be a disconnect.
Right.
So I didn't even it wasn't even anything clever. It was just like, hey, check out how pale this guy's legs are, and everybody laughed. That was because everybody wanted me to say it. Like they saw him and they immediately were like, he better say something about his legs.
You better say something about that guy's legs.
So then,
hey, comic, those legs, comic.
Am I the only
You
one
felt
noticing
that?
this?
You know what? These guys have been honing, and gals, honing their cyanic powers and psionic beams and like meditation ninja waves, and it worked on you.
He went back up to his room and came back down with his shoes on, and accosted me while I was still on stage doing my set, and threatened to bring me up on charges. Which is the greatest.
And literally just said that. On charges.
Vague nerd threat. He had no idea. He's like, well, I can't threaten to fight. I don't know how to fight.
The charges are probably from like the Doctor Who canon of the law of some planet,
I don't know what he was thinking, but I made fun of him some more on stage. But after the show, he came back up to me again, and
which we have a picture of. A galoogle.
Yeah, drop the picture right there.
That's the sound noise of the picture.
You heard it hit, right?
He told me, he said,
I hope you have insurance.
He said, this has been a rough weekend for me, and if you knew what happened to me this weekend, you would know why that's the worst thing you could have said to me. And I knew he was getting ready to tell me his whole story about what happened that weekend. I just cut him off. I was like, I got friends. I gotta go. I don't have time to have you make me sad. So, I mean...
Yeah,
and
I remember it was like right before the moment you could have healed his soul.
You could have saved the kid's life.
No, he looked at me, he was like
Right.
surprised. He was like, you really don't even want to listen to me? Like, I just said I'm going to kill myself, and I'm just like, I don't know you. I don't have any compassion for you. I'm sorry, but you're just like... I don't know. He was just pathetic, and I didn't feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for a lot of people. I feel sorry for most people, but it was just something. I think it was the fact that he interrupted my set. Like, if you're rude towards comedy, I'm done. That's one of my pet peeves.
That's the cardinal sin.
Yeah, like even
Interesting.
Even
you know
if,
what? I was feeling very sorry for him up until you made that point.
yeah, because I mean, it's ridiculous for a comedian to complain about somebody trying to make something about him, but that show, like, if you wanted it to be about you, like, it wasn't a TV show, like, I was doing something. I mean